is Jennifer Wells, and today I want to talk about preventing HPV. What age do you have to be to get cancer? There is no age limit, especially when it comes to cancer spread and caused by HPV. HPV, or otherwise known as human papillomavirus virus, is an infection that is spread through sexual contact. Most strains may just cause warts and aren't very dangerous, but many strains are very, very life-threatening. You may be asking yourselves, what does this have to do with me? I am a healthy person. There's nothing wrong with me. What could this possibly have to do with me? This may not be true for some of you. There are about 79 million people in the U.S. who have this disease, and they don't know it. They can go years or even a whole lifetime without ever knowing. Others are not so lucky. 31,500 men and women a year are diagnosed with a cancer caused by HPV. Still think this couldn't happen to you? These are the real problems. Do you know how many women die from cervical cancer? 4,000. This may not sound like a big number, but it is a really big number if you just stop and think about it. 4,000 precious and beautiful lives lost. Many of them and their families were probably thinking the same thing you are. I'm a healthy person, there's nothing wrong with me. 4,000 deaths, and not even make a dent in the ones that are diagnosed. 500,000. Yeah, 400,000 wasn't that long, but how about 500,000 men, women fighting for their lives and undergoing invasive and painful procedures? Now, some of you may be thinking, well, cervical cancer wouldn't affect me. I'm safe. You're not. 20,000 other cases have been known to be of cancer have been known to be caused by HPV. There are many ways to solve this issue. I'm not going to go crazy and tell you all have to go get vaccinated right away and that we should make a petition for making vaccinations mandatory, but there are simpler ways. If vaccines were made available or more easily accessible, then it could make a difference. Mostly they are only available in large hospitals with labs in a capital area. Making these available in local clinics will make it more accessible to more people, because nobody wants to drive 2.5 hours to go get a shot. It will prevent the spreading and ultimately cut down the numbers of people that are getting infected with this virus. It's also going to raise awareness for HPV and the cancer. Many people are going to have their objections. The main objection is, not me. It couldn't be me. I could never have that. We already talked about this and how it can happen to anyone. No one can just think and assume that they will be safe. The second objection, it will give you HPV. The flu shots give you flu. That is simply not the case. There has never been a vaccination that can give you the disease you're getting vaccinated for. Third of all, people like to say, I'm not going to get this vaccination because of the side effects. Like with a flu shot, you get all nasty feeling for a couple days and everything's sore, your head hurts, you feel stuffy. Yes, that will happen with the vaccination, but it will be so worth it in the long run. I would rather have a headache and a stuffy nose than have cervical cancer and be fighting for my life. Just take a moment and imagine a world where you're not worrying if you or your child could get sick. A world with less cancer. The relief of a place with less sickness. If parents take action, then they can protect their families with 3 simple shots. 3 shots over the courses of 6 months. You could be the ones to start bettering our world and preventing diseases.